Hello everybody, welcome back to my Flosstube. I have no idea what number this is. I think 9 maybe? I'm not sure. So for those of you that are new here, whoa, something fell off my desk that scared the crap out of me. My name is Amy. I am a multi-crafter. I meant to do my nails before I got on here, and here they are, not done. So I'm a multi-crafter. I crochet, I diamond paint, I sew, and I cross stitch. Sewing and cross stitch I have both picked up in the last year. I have been doing them less than a year each, but I am in love. I'm obsessed. I don't know why it took me so long to learn these things. I've had a sewing machine right here. I have had this sewing machine for a good at least 2 years, maybe more, I'm not sure. My mom bought it for me a couple of years ago because I crocheted her a blanket, and if I have a picture I'll put it here, and it was I think kind of a full-size blanket, and I didn't have a way to finish it. And at the time, I don't know if she had a sewing machine or not. And I told her, look, I don't have any way to put a back onto this. I don't know how I'm going to put it back on. Like, what should I do? So she's like, oh, I'll just buy you a sewing machine, mija. So that's what she did. I think I went over there. I don't know if it was for my birthday or if it was for Christmas or what it was, but I went over there. She got me the sewing machine, and I had no idea how to use it. I said, you know what, Mom? I'm going to leave this here with you, and you can sew the back on. So she did. She sewed the back on, and then I took it later back and I sewed a satin bias border around it, which was hell because I'd never done it before. Yeah, so it's a thing. I am still very sick. Today is actually the first day in 4 days that I feel halfway decent. I don't know. It is what it is. I have had a massive migraine for the past 3 days, and now what I have, I think my son now has, and he wants me to go get him from school, and I have class today, so I don't know what I'm going to do. And whatever medicine I am taking has severely dried out my face, which is why I don't have any foundation or anything on today, because I have these awful patches of dry skin, which is highly unusual for me. I have incredibly oily skin, like so much oil that you could probably go like this and spread it on a baking sheet instead of greasing your pan. That's how oily my skin is. That is gross. That is how oily my skin is. Anyway, anybody else new here? I am a work at home, stay at home, full-time college student mom. I go to school full-time. I'm in my senior year of my bachelor program, earning a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology right now, and then next year I will be continuing earning my Master's of Science in the Marriage and Family Therapy program. I have 3 children of my own, and then I have 3 stepchildren, one of which still lives with us. They are all older, and my husband, of course, is around. He's not here right now, but there's a husband. And yeah, my little girls, I am just starting getting them into cross stitch. Let me show you guys. I have a couple of other pieces actually that I've gotten them, and me and my daughter did another unicorn. It was like a felt kind of cross stitch thing, and it was all back stitch, so I'd never done back stitch before. It was also my first cross stitch piece, so we did that. Then I saw these at Hobby Lobby, and I thought they were so stinking cute. We've bought these little wood pieces before. I have 2 of these. Where's the, oh, it's right here. She opened one because she was going to start it. They come like this. The problem with these is that the other kits that I had came with needles, and they wanted you to use 3 strands of the floss, but the needles didn't fit through this. So previously when we did this, sticking the needle through here with 3 strands of floss, when you're going through, you're actually pulling 6 strands because it's doubled, you know, on the end. You have it folded over, and it broke the wood. So Now that I have smaller needles, I think we're gonna try this again, and I picked out this unicorn. I got 2 this time, 1 for each child, and I wasn't paying attention. I got so used to these coming with everything in them that my daughter went to open it and she's like, Mom, there's nothing in here. So there's no floss, there's no needles, nothing. And so I took the thing out of the other one, and I'm hoping to have some time to run to Hobby Lobby today because I have, like, I need more projects, right? I have a whole list of floss that I want to get. This does not include floss that I took a picture of for a mirror that I just got. So there's that. Not that you guys need to know that. So whips, let's get started on whips. I don't think I've showed this at all because I haven't recorded a floss tube. I haven't worked on this in the past couple of days, but I worked on it last week. And this is the, I loosened the tension on here so it's not tight, but this is the, what's it called? What is this called? I don't even know what it's called. I don't even know if I have the picture. Yeah, The Curious Mermaid by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm gonna do some floss conversions because I recently got, you see this dark green going around, or this dark blue? I recently received my first set of Classic Colorworks flosses and was in love with one of the darker colors that I received. So I think that I'm going to replace that border with that variegated dark floss that I got, and I ordered some more, so that's going to be coming in. But this is what I have. I just started on the boat. I should have left that out for you guys. Let me pull it out again. So I was going to do a center start on this, but I don't have this color yet. I didn't have the DMC, which I think it just happened like that for a reason because I love the variegated. It's a bejeweled, I don't remember, I think it's Classic Colorworks if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's a Gentle Arts, I can't remember. But it's the dark version of, the dark part of that floss is this color, and so I'm definitely going to replace that border with that. So this is where I started, on the butt right there. Boat, I know it's boat, and that's what I have. It's working up super fast. I'm working this on 20, is it 25 or 28? 28 count Joe blend. So this is gonna be a little bit bigger than what's called for because they recommend 32. So yeah, and then I've got a needle minder that I made. This is SpongeBob's Pineapple, and I figured since it's under the sea and we're working on a mermaid that this would be perfect to put in there. So that's the progress I have on that. There's not very much called for colors in this, which makes this amazing. And I'm working on making some more project bags. I just haven't had a chance to get them all done. I want to make, you guys know I have the larger, these ones, like this. So I want to make a smaller one for the 8x8 case mat because that's kind of big for the 8x8. So there's that. Next, I don't know when this video is going to go up, this one that I'm recording right now. So you guys might have seen this progress already depending on when this video goes up. But this is my progress on the chopping maul from Witchy Stitcher. This is what it looks like. My case snap always gets all wonky. Haven't done any work on the top here, but I did start this box here and I'm trying to finish that. It works up pretty quickly if I can just dedicate the time to it. And I put a lot of work into this the previous week before I started the Little Mermaid one, and then I kind of put it aside. But my goal is to finish this by Mania. I kind of set myself another goal on top of that to maybe try to finish it before the next pattern release, which is in 2 weeks. She just came out with the pattern this past Friday, which I think was the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. And there's 2 more weeks for the next pattern. There's 3 more patterns to go. If not, I'm hoping that I will be done maybe when the last pattern comes out, I want to be done with this project and call it done for, because I don't want to have that project when I go to Mania. And I'm also hoping to finish the mermaid as well. So my other whip is over here. Okay, so whoa, my pattern almost fell. So I have the Harry Potter. Do I have the other thing right here? No. Letters from Hogwarts. And I thought I had the frame. I'm doing the Letters from Hogwarts Stitch Your Own Adventure with Stuart from Cutting Cross Stitch. And you guys know I had to restart this, and this is the progress that I've made on it. This is a plastic frame that I made myself. It's not a Q-snap because I made it, but that's what it looks like. I effed up big time on this. Big time. I am so disappointed. So here's my owl, and right here, I don't know if you guys can see it, right there is a tiny little orange dot. Well, I put that there because that's where I was supposed to start. Now, when I started my owl, I thought, oh, as long as I start close to that dot, I'll be fine. No, bitch. No. I was supposed to start his head right here. And it's a good half an inch down and an inch up. I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't, because now, even still, if I would have started there, I'd still have more room on this. I'd have at least an inch on this side. But I didn't start there. I started way over. And for some reason, I have 4 inches of fabric on this side. And when I'm done, I have it folded, so you can't quite tell. But I have it folded in here. The pattern is going to come, the train goes from here almost all the way to here. And then the other owl, and then it sticks out a couple more stitches. The bottom part sticks out beyond that. It's going to go almost all the way to the edge. I think there's going to be half an inch, maybe, not 100% sure. I'm really fucking disappointed about it. But by the time I noticed yesterday, I already had all this complete. I spent several hours this weekend working on the bottom portion of this castle. I was so frustrated when I figured this out yesterday morning that I immediately stopped working on it, came and measured, remeasured, quadruple measured. I fucked up. But I'm going to do it. It's going to be really tight on that side. And this one might actually have to go be professionally framed. Even though I hate spending that kind of money, it just might have to be because I don't want to ruin it. And it's because it's going to be so close to the border. But that's my restart of this. And I'm using a, what's the word? I don't want to say substitute. I feel like there's another word, but I'm using a different castle than what's called for. He charted a castle, and I'm using a different castle. It is not crooked. It's just the way that the castle goes on the bottom. It's lower on this end than that side. So it is what it is. I don't know what to say about that. So I did not work on anything else. I didn't work on any diamond paintings. I didn't work on any stamped kits. I'm looking over at my bins to see. I didn't. Now, I did work on my son's crochet blanket that I am making, and I will put a picture here. It is an undertail blanket, and it is a chart that you can't buy because I had it custom made for me, and I'm working on that. My goal is to also have that finished immediately. I didn't even want to come into 2020 with that project, but I started cross stitching and got way over my head in cross stitching that I completely just put it on the back burner. I have 4, 5, oh my god, 5 crochet blankets that need to be done. 2 of them I have run out of yarn. One of them is a Tunisian stitch. One of them is a corner to corner that I started using like some yarn from Red Heart. It was like Mystic or something, and it's got a strand of glitter, not glitter, but like tinsel. I don't fucking know. It's got like a strand of sparkle through it, kind of like the Etoile, similar to that. And I threw the wrapper away. Can't remember the color that it is. And there's like 3 colorways that are so similar, and it's expensive. It was like $6 a ball. I don't know. I think, honestly, I think I need maybe 1 or 2 more. So I think I might just tough it out, wing it, order some, and hope it's the right color. If not, maybe I can return it. Back then, I used to get all my yarn from Knitting Warehouse. And I also have another one that's Tunisian that I just got really frustrated with because Tunisian's fucking hard. And completely stopped that. And then I have another blanket, which is actually my very first one that I ever started. It's just a light blue and a dark blue, changing colors, going up. And completely didn't know anything about increasing and decreasing. And I was noticing that my tension on some stitches was looser than others. And to fill in the space, I was putting in extra stitches. Just don't even ask me. This was my first time making a whole blanket. I was 18 years old. I learned to crochet way before that, but I never actually done anything on that scale. And yeah, I think you guys know what happened with that. So what else do I have in there? Oh, and then I have a Pikachu blanket that was a commissioned piece, and the lady paid me for the yarn and was going to pay me in payments for the rest of it to assemble it. I got all of the squares for the most part put together, and then she decided that she didn't want to wait anymore and didn't want to pay me the rest of the money. I gave her back because she opened a dispute on Etsy. This is a long time ago, like 5 years ago. She opened a dispute on Etsy, and I submitted receipts to Etsy for the material that I paid for. She got the labor part of the listing back, and I got to keep what I spent on the yarn, which was still a pain in the butt because I'd been working on it for like 2 months and I never finished it. I put it in a box and left it. And then I have a Harley Davidson one that I'm also hoping to finish. I have all kinds of crazy goals, you guys. I can't be the only one, right? And then, yeah, the Undertale one. That's priority. I finished my princess blanket that I was making for my daughters last year. I finished that. It took me 2 years. So it seems like 2 years is the magic number. So hopefully I can get these done. Let's see. So we're going to get into, I guess, haul. Chapter 2 of the Cunning Cross Stitch came out. This is the DMC list for the jerseys for the Quidditch. I am a chaser. I did that the correct way this time, and I came out to be a chaser, which is perfect because I like it. I just don't like the idea of the quaffle on there, but whatever. I don't have the other piece of the pattern to show you, but I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. If not, I'm pretty sure I have it on my phone, and I will put a screenshot here of what it looks like. I might have put it in here. Let me see. I'm also probably doing another substitute for my banner because I haven't gotten to it yet. But if you're in the group and you want to stitch something Harry Potter, this is definitely the group for you. And a lot of really talented people in that group will post their variations and their substitutions completely for free. And also, I think it's called Little Mojo. Lord Lebidian has an area on his blog of Harry Potter motifs, and a lot of people are taking those and putting them on there too. There's an awesome one of the sorting hat that I think looks amazing. I don't have the Quidditch pitch is what chapter 2 is, but this is chapter 1, not chapter 1, but this is I can get the fucking thing out. This is the map. This is what it looks like. So my castle is going to look different because I took it from somebody in the group that made a different castle. So I'm doing a different castle, and I also have both versions of this printed that they have for chapter 1, which is supposed to be your house banner. I have a different version that I want to do. So that's going to be it. Yeah. So it's actually several hours later, but I had a bunch of stuff to do. My kid called from school. I had to go get him. He's been really sick. I think he had what I have, which I believe is a really bad sinus infection with lots of pressure. I had an awful migraine for 3 days, and now that seems to be what's going on with him too. I started feeling better today. He got his the day after me, so I brought him home, let him rest some more, and hopefully tomorrow he's feeling better. So I'm just making sure. I have to watch my kids when they're crafting because they go overboard. So, other parts of the haul. This is getting real, guys. Getting real. Okay. So, part 3 of the linen threads. Sal came out. The part 3 is this bottom part here. And I didn't realize that part 2 came with a second set of alphabets, and I thought it was the same as the first. Well, it's not. It's a different font. So I'm gonna maybe have to go back and download the second set of alphabets. Maybe. I might look for some motifs and substitute that in for the letters, because honestly, what do you do with all those letters? Like, why? Why do you need that many initials on here? I get that it's called friends and family, but like, people's names change, and then like, are you gonna remember in like 50 years whose initials you put on there? I wouldn't. So yeah, but I'm actually really liking it, and I'm probably gonna start looking for a piece of fabric for it and probably start doing it. So I thought my husband was pulling up. 'Tis not him. Put that there so I can put that away with the rest of it. Oh, I have all that stuff there. This is where I put like my stuff that comes in. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, well, last week, Stitch Me. You guys know that I'm obsessed with her fabrics. She's been like the only company that I have bought a bunch of hand-dyed fabrics from. The first time I did, I bought, I don't know how many, I showed them here, a couple, and I loved them. So I placed another order, and I have another Friday Night Fight Night coming, but I think I only ordered one, plus my March fabric of the month, and a pattern, because she destashed a whole bunch of patterns. Something smells odd. I think it's the glue my daughter's using. I can't smell too well. I can't smell too well. I don't know if it's these. I don't know, because I didn't smell these when they came in. But anyway, I went onto her website last week and pulled a bunch of my patterns to try to match them to fabric that I thought might look good for them. From memory, I was looking for fabric for shadows from 1884 Stitchery. I can kind of see them over there. That's why I'm looking over there. Shadows from 1884 Stitchery. The Winchester Mansion. I know there's 2 more. I want to say, what was the other one? Oh, Praiseworthy Stitches, those 2 Halloween patterns that I have. One of these is for that. It's going to be the biggest one. 15 by 18. So this one here is going to be for that one. And then I can't remember what I want. Oh, this one, I just wanted to see what it looked like because she had a bunch of it on there. And it was pretty inexpensive. I think it was only 10 bucks for this piece, if I'm not mistaken. And this one too, I think this one was only $10. So yeah. So the first one I got was the tiramisu. This is what it looks like, and this is a 15 by 18 piece. If I'm not mistaken, this was only $10 on her website. She sells the smaller cuts of fabric for $10. This is 14 count Ada, so that's what that looks like. On the thing it says yellow and brown, and so I was really wary because I didn't want yellow, but this definitely looks more of like a sandy yellow than anything. It's not as bright as I thought it was going to be, which is what I was scared of, which is why I wanted to order just a small piece. And then I got ocean blue, which looks like this. Super freaking gorgeous. This would look great also for Ursula. She would look great on this too. I think I have a piece of Ada for her. It's a piece of like murky green type of fabric, but she would also look gorgeous on this ocean blue or a mermaid. I believe that one was also $10. This is 18 count Ada from Be Stitch Me. You guys, I cannot say enough good things about her and her fabrics. They are amazing. They're good quality. The dye jobs are amazing. She is an amazing human being. She's a registered nurse from my understanding, and she runs Be Stitch Me full freaking time, along with being a mom, a wife, and having a job. And her orders go out almost immediately. I have never had to wait for an order to come. All the times that I have ordered, they've come in like the same week, because she ships either that day or the next day, unless it's the Friday night fight night, because it is Friday night, and she does a whole bunch of giveaways and stuff, and she waits for you to, she waits until the giveaway winners are drawn to see if anybody won a giveaway, so you can ship everything together, so you can just save on shipping, which is amazing. So you usually wait the whole weekend for your Friday night fight night order to ship, but it's fine, because she usually has like anywhere between 5 and 8 giveaways during that weekend, so it's amazing. So another piece I got was another piece of 18 count Ada. This one's just called Blue. So I think this one, I don't know, maybe I didn't get the one that I wanted. I thought I had got a gray one for the Halloween. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a floss toss on this and see. I kind of like this one better, but this is way too small for that. So I don't know. We'll see about that. And then I got 2 pieces. One of these is definitely going to be for shadows, and I don't know why that smell. It has to be the glue my daughter's using for shadows, and I think I almost want to say that one of these was going to be for the Winchester house. I thought it would look good on a very striking blue color, so I think that's what the other blue is for. I know I had them in mind and I pulled them. There's only those 3 patterns that I pulled, I think. Did I say 3? Shadows, Winchester Mansion, and what was the other one? I already forgot. So anyway, one of these is for shadows. So I got Crumble and Mummy. So this one, very mummy-like. Looks awesome. Very nice tan color. It does not have a ton of variegation in it, which is fine. It still looks amazing though. You can see some of the darker spots up here, but it's very subtle. And then Crumble, which is meant to look like a cookie, I guess is where she got that from. I like it. It's very cute. I would totally use one of these for the Winchester, but it has a lot of brown in it already, and I think it would just clash. Maybe the lighter one, but I kind of wanted it to be set against a very striking dark background, kind of like some of the Halloween fabrics, to kind of be like spooky, but not like, I don't want it to have any purple or anything in it. So that's what I got from Be Stitch Me. If you have not ordered from Be Stitch Me, and if you're not ordering from Be Stitch Me, you need to be. Super affordable. The bigger pieces, I think these range between 20 and 25 depending on the type and the count and if it's opal or not. And then the smaller pieces, again, I'm pretty sure these ones were $10. And I think the rest of her prices are $18 for the larger cuts like this. So if you're not ordering from her, you need to be. Can't say that enough. So, okay. Now, I'm just going to do these in order of which I received them. So, I don't know if I talked about this. I don't know if this video is going up before my Stitch With Me that I already recorded, but I talked about these before. And I bit the bullet and bought several of the Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's Village. What? 8 of them, to be exact. 8, you guys. Why? I'm looking this way because that's where my face is, but the lens is over there. That just might be my cover photo, my thumbnail. Okay, so I talked about these before. When I first started looking at these, they were $6, over $6. I want to say $6.50 when I added them all up. To order them from 123 Stitch or any of the other bigger places, it was going to be something in the ballpark of $78. I don't remember the exact amount, but I remember it was $78 specifically. If my math is correct, I might have to correct myself right here. So I kind of like, like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? So I thought, you know what? If and when, maybe I'll just order one and see what happens. So I waited weeks. I believe the first time I saw these, I think it was with Caroline from Off the Grid Needlers was working on these, if I'm not mistaken, and I just could not get it out of my head. I do not have the full 12 of them yet, but I will. I have 8 here. So I told myself, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to order 1. We're coming into March, and well, now we're March 2nd, but at the time, this was like a week and a half ago, I told myself, I'll just order 1, and I'll get 1. I even ordered the floss that I was going to need to kit that up, because I think I only needed 2 flosses for it. And I figured if I don't have the fabric, then I'll find something that I think it'll look good on and get it, and then stitch 1 at a time and only order 1 at a time. I figured I'm not going to finish it in a day anyway, so that the pattern would be broken up probably for the rest of the year, if not longer. And so I ordered the 1. Okay, so this is from 123 Stitch. Yeah, I was making sure that wasn't my address. It's not. It's 123 Stitch's address. So I ordered 1, which is in here, in the 123 Stitch haul. And I'll show you that in a minute. But that's because, so I ordered that first, 1 pattern. And I thought, okay, get it out of my system, just the 1. I'll stitch it. When I'm done stitching it, then I'll order the rest. And it was $5.39 or $6. Does it tell me the price on these? Oh, it does tell me the price. Let me see how much I paid for it, because now it's even lower. What is it? $5.39 is what I paid for it. So I thought, okay, this is the lowest I've ever seen these patterns go. I'll get it. By ordering the whole set, it was still going to be something like $60-something. Didn't want to pay that either. That's a lot of money. So, by chance, I happened to go on eBay and found somebody on eBay selling the patterns for less than $5. Less than $5. Actually, did that include... I better check. Okay, see, because from 123 Stitch, the pattern is $5.39, but it's another $1.40 for the button that comes with it, for one fucking button. So it's 5, 6, 39, $6.79. So that's even more. What the fuck? I don't think I was paying attention, because when you add the stuff, sometimes it automatically adds like all the floss and all the everything for the pattern, and you have to like delete them if you're not careful and paying attention. So anyway, that was over $6 for the pattern and the button that goes with it. Well, I found a lady on eBay selling these for less than $5, and the ones that have the button were still less than $5 with the button and the original pattern. It's in the same exact packaging as the one that I got from 123 Stitch. The button is in the same packaging as the one that I got from 123 Stitch. Everything, exact same thing. So I thought, man, like, I don't want to order all other. I already had the one ordered with my 123 Stitch order. 11. I didn't want to order the 11. So I started doing the math, and I thought, I could spend 40, 50 bucks. I think I spent $50, less than $50, something. I don't know. I don't know the exact price. I just know they were less than $4 each. And I can't remember what I paid for shipping, or shipping was free. I'm not sure. It's in my eBay thing. So I got, I have 9 of the charts for this. I only need 3 more. I put those 3 on my 123 Stitch wish list. But I don't plan on purchasing them anytime soon until I can stitch at least half of these before I decide to get the rest, or unless they decide to go out of print or something crazy like that, then I will go and snag them up. But I believe, if I remember correctly, I got enough to go straight in a row according to the way 123 Stitch, or I mean, Country Cottage Needleworks has them on their mock-up. I got them all to go straight because I didn't want to have to be guessing where each house went. So I got Santa's Village. The whole fucking thing is called Santa's Village. Candy Cane Cottage. This one does not have a button. Christmas Tree Farm. This one does not have a button either. But one of them gives you an option to do the peppermint. This one, it gives you an option to do the peppermint as a button or stitched, and it gives you the pattern to stitch it. So that works fine for me. We have Mrs. Claus's Cookie Shop, and it comes with the cookie button. North Pole Post Office, and it comes with the little bird that sits on the wire over here. Poinsettia Place, no button on this one, but it's super cute. We have Reindeer Stables, and there's a cute little reindeer face, I guess is what that is. Or a bell. Is it a bell? Looks like a bell. It's a bell. Yeah. And then that's a reindeer. We've got Santa's Sleigh Works, and it's got the reindeer button that goes on the top. You can see he's like flying away. And then I have Santa's Stocking Store. And it comes with the, is that mistletoe? Or, you know, whatever, the garland to go on it either. One of the things that really drew me about this pattern is the gorgeous banner that goes across the bottom of every pattern. It looks so gorgeous when it's stitched. I'm pretty sure Caroline has done a stitch with me with these, and if it's not her, I'll put it here, and I'll put the link below so you guys can see, because it's freaking gorgeous. I don't normally like stuff like this, but for some reason this was just calling to me. So there you have it. And they're folded into fourths, so the pattern's not like ridiculously big. So this says the finished size is approximately 4.5 by 5 inches. Each house, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be that size. Well, they have to be. They're all going to be the same size. So, trying to see. That's probably the one I took out, which is why that one's facing a different way. But yeah. So super cute with that. Took me way too long to explain that. So I don't know how I'm going to store those yet because, I don't know. Then I placed an order with 123 Stitch, which is all of these gorgeous beads. They were nicer in this bag before I started messing with it, but I ordered all these Mill Hill beads to finish kitting up my letters from Nora, the E and the L for Mania, and then I ordered the corresponding Krynic for both of those. I was going to replace the Krynic with the stuff that Hobby Lobby has, but I just figured I'm ordering it anyway, I'll just get it. And then, some of the floss for the Santa's Village. So, we'll start with that, the Santa's Village. So the first thing is the Santa's house that I got. Yeah, Santa's house. It's exactly what it's called. This one does not have a button, or it does have a button. It's in here, and I'll show you that. But that's what it looks like, and this is the first block of the pattern. The very first house in the top left corner is this one. So I got that. Paid way too much for it, in my opinion. Then I needed 2 flosses to finish kitting up the letters from Nora. Is the hazelnut floss, hickory sticks from Classic Colorworks, and it looks like this. It's just a brown. It is variegated, but it's very subtle. It's hard to see. And then I don't know why I ordered hazelnut, but I did. So I'm going to have to figure out why a little later, why I ordered it. And then these are the 3 flosses that I needed to start working on Santa's house, are these 3 flosses. So I have the rest in my stash because I went through it first. I wanted to see these bags because I really like these bags. Yeah, they're the same. The same bags. I'm trying to get all up in my grill. Yeah. I really like these thicker bags. Was thinking of ordering some to store my patterns in, but all of the companies, like the place I order my boxes from, has them, but you have to order like 1,000, and like I don't want 1,000 bags just sitting around because then my kids are gonna get into them, and it's like 40 or 50 bucks a box, and I don't want them messing with shit. So anyway, I'm gonna put the floss in here because I have the rest. Oh, look at my questions are answered right here. Classic Colorworks hazelnut, DMC alternative 420, but that is why I got the hazelnut. Is it variegated? Yeah, it is. You know, honestly, I'm really glad that they put the DMC conversions, but it kind of sucks. Like, everybody knows that DMC doesn't have like the colors that these companies are making hand-dyed flosses, and it's just like, I just wish so many patterns weren't made with that because I'm a tight ass. So that's that. I will pull the rest of the flosses for that when I decide to start working on it one day. Alright, this is going to go to Letters from Nora. And then I'm going to pull the button out so I can put that in there too. It came in bubble wrap. So that's cute. And it's a little star, just like that. So again, all up in my grill. I'm going to put this inside of here. Oh, you guys know me and plastic bags do not get long. Zip bags, I should say. Do not get long. Okay. Recycle bin. Our recycle bin is full. My husband, our recycle comes every other week and it's always freaking full. Last week, something was wrong with his work truck and they came to pick it up and they moved the recycle bin before it got dumped, put it back in the driveway, and it never got dumped. So my bin in here is completely full because tomorrow is trash day, recycle day. So I'm just dealing with it. It's already overflowing, falling everywhere. Tomorrow's recycle day. So when it gets dumped, then I'll empty my trash out. So let me take out these Krynics because they're in the way. And then I'll show you guys the beads I got. It was quite a bunch. Okay. So that's what I have there. We've got, do they have names? Oh yeah. No, they don't. Never mind. I think they do. Where's the... So this is Aztec Gold is what I have on this one. Will it focus? No. There we go. Aztec Gold. And then, what's this one called? Blue Meringue is what this one's called. It's super pretty. It's going to look nice. I'm just afraid to work with it because I've heard it's a pain in the ass. But I really like these spools. They're really well made. And they've got a little groove to wrap up the end. So that's pretty neat. I like that. Keeps them from unrolling. Then, okay, I'm not going to take all these out because I'm going to put them like this in the bin. But I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 beads for the letters from Nora. So I'll just let you guys take a look at those like that. I'm not going to go through all of the names. For one, because they're not named on here. They're just with numbers. So it'd be hard to figure out which one's which. Especially because I've got 3 shades of like these blue-purple colors. They're all different sizes. I've got size 6. I know some of these are size 11. And I'm not sure. Oh, there's 2 back here. This is a bigger size right here. And then these size 6 ones on the top are even bigger right here. So these are all from the letters they're for the letters from Nora. Some of them share. I think it shares 2 maybe beads. And I want to say it's probably the champagne color, but I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, that's a lot of beads for those. In total, 1, 2, 3, 15 packages of beads is what I have here. And I'm going to put these flat, hopefully, inside my whip bin. And they're going to be saved for that project. The reason that I wanted that whole entire project kitted up beforehand is because I want to bead as I go, because I don't want to have to go back through and count the stitches again to figure out where the beads go. So there we go. They're all in one there. 15 beads. No, they're not. There's still one back here because it kept falling. It is what it is. So there we go for that. That's all going to be put away. And then I'm almost done, I swear. Actually, no, I'm not. I have more. You guys can probably already tell what that is, huh? Okay. I turned the light on because it's getting dark out. And I realized when I had to stop because my kids were calling me and I had a phone call that the last 20-some minutes I was not even recording. You missed part of the haul. So now I have to talk about it over again. But this time it's probably going to be shorter because I don't remember what I said. So the lady on D-Stash had 4 Mirabilia charts for $30 with shipping. I found this in Stash and Loading, and I honestly don't even know how they were in that album for as long as they were. I think the album was dated like the week before or something. I keep having to move because this is like the 6th piece of this video. So the whole reason why I got this kit was because of Raven Queen. This is one of the charts that I accidentally, unknowingly purchased before I got into cross stitch, before like heavily, and knew about designers and everything like that. I was very familiar with diamond paintings, but Nora Corbett and Mirabilia are not names in the diamond painting world. And so I actually have this in a cheap Chinese kit that I never worked up. And so I'm very happy to have the real thing now. And I actually went out and bought all the floss for her today. So that's good. I'm going to be using her to work on the Aries, hashtag Aries sale, I think is what it is that they are doing. Going to be fun. I got Crystal Symphony. God, isn't she gorgeous? I'm not a big fan of Mirabilia. Whoa, really orange. I'm not a huge fan of Mirabilias. They're not my aesthetic. Raven Queen, totally my aesthetic. These, they're beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I just don't love them. And there's a very select few, none that I have, maybe one or two that I would like to have, but I'm not gonna go running out and buying them. And if they happen to go out of print and I don't get them, you know, I'm not gonna make a big deal about it. Just because it's not really my thing, but they're still very gorgeous patterns. This is Sabrina, and they almost look very similar. And I think if I were ever to do Crystal Symphony, I'm probably going to take out the border, maybe the chandelier, because I feel like the shape of the balcony that she's sitting on is more of an outdoorsy type of balcony. I'm trying to adjust the lighting. An outdoorsy type of balcony rather than like a inside balcony that she's probably sitting on. And she calls for a shit ton of beads. Look at her materials list. And look at her materials list. This one's quite extensive for Crystal Symphony. And then one that was thrown in the mix because it is this cute little baby one. And what I loved about this, which I obviously didn't know when I bought it, but now I know, it comes with two different colorways for the blanket. So the blanket comes charted for blue and charted for pink. Well, I mean, the chart's there, the symbols are the same, but the colors are switched to match whether it's a boy or a girl. And I absolutely love this. While I don't plan on having any more babies, and either, well, my husband would like to have more babies, but I don't plan on having any more babies. Our kids are getting older. My stepsons are 20 and 22. The eldest will be 23 in a couple months, and then my nephew is 26, and he just bought his first, well, he didn't buy it, but him and his girlfriend just moved in together, so that's kind of a big deal. So there's that. There's something else. Oh, okay. Now, by the time this video goes up, this sale is going to be long over. But Heaven and Earth Designs had a sale for almost a whole week for 54% off. What? That's a fucking lot. Especially if it's a Heaven and Earth design. I've purchased maybe 2 Heaven and Earth design kits at full price because they're really expensive and I just can't do that. I get that we need to pay our artists, but I just can't. So I wait for them to go on sale. And then all the other Heaven and Earth design kits that I have, I've purchased during one of her sales. These are no exception. So I bought 8 kits, not kits, but charts. 8 charts. 5 of them are minis, so I feel like it's more justified because it's a mini, and 3 are full-size charts. Not on purpose. I was cringing the whole time when I was going through my cart, flipping through the photos, doing comparisons, but they just didn't look right as a mini because they are offered as minis as far as I'm aware. I mean, full sizes. Oh no, except for one of them is not offered as a mini, but the other 2 I believe are. I know one for sure is. One for sure is, one for sure isn't, and one I'm not sure if it's offered as a mini, but it's still gorgeous. And I could have actually sworn I bought that as a mini. Maybe they didn't have it, but anyway, the reason that I wanted to do it is not only because it's Heaven and Earth Designs hella expensive, and I wanted obviously some more in my stash because we all need stash, right? but because the ones that I chose are unlike anything that I have in my stash. And I thought that having something like this is going to be a nice break from the normal stuff that I stitch. I have a lot of fall themed stuff. I have a lot of Halloween themed stuff. I've got a lot of fantasy things and, you know, like witchy. I've got several of the Hannah Lynn designs already. When there's another Hannah Lynn in here, actually, I think there's 2 Hannah Lynns in here actually. I'm trying to think what else I have. I've got a lot of like dragons and stuff like that. And these are completely different than that. Not only that, but you're going to notice a difference in the colors. If you guys have been watching me for a while, I don't have anything that's along the scheme of the colors in these charts that I purchased. So what I did was I only downloaded, well, I downloaded the charts. I have them backed up already, but I printed just the first page of the chart on some cardstock, and I'm just going to put these as placeholders in my pattern binder for my Heaven and Earth designs, because my HAEDs have their own binder. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to print the rest of the chart or not, because the minis are all about 20 pages, which isn't impossible for me to print. It'd be a breeze to print them out. I'm still one of those that prefers using the paper charts, even though that they're black and white. I hate the black and white charts, but I have beef with Pattern Keeper. I'm in the minority with Pattern Keeper that I don't love Pattern Keeper. Everybody's like, oh my god, Pattern Keeper, Pattern Keeper. One of my things with Pattern Keeper is that I can't sync it across devices. I'm not a single device user. I am a multi-device user. Sometimes I use my phone. Sometimes I want to use my tablet. Sometimes I want to use my computer. Sometimes I want to use my laptop. I don't have that option with Pattern Keeper, and it's kind of frustrating. So it is what it is. I get it. I snagged a tablet away from one of my children that was not using theirs, and I told my husband, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna put Pattern Keeper on it. And he's like, you do you, babe, go ahead, whatever. Then he goes and buys himself a tablet because he couldn't be without something that I had. So it's a Kindle Fire. I got it on Black Friday for like 30 bucks, and it's an amazing little thing. It's awesome. I did the little hack to download Google Play on it and do the thing so that it could have Pattern Keeper, and it works just fine. But my other thing with Pattern Keeper is it's so slow. Like, why is it so slow? When I zoom in, it pauses, and then I gotta wait. Then it comes up. Then the whole pattern's still white, so I gotta zoom in some more, pauses, then it pulls up, still white, zoom in some freaking more, then it comes up. All the little pieces start popping up for the little symbols, and I have no fucking clue where I'm at, because I had to zoom in so goddamn far to see the pattern that I have no idea where I'm at. So then I'm scrolling like this, waiting, looking all over the damn place for my fucking spot. It's a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. But I think I just might be okay using some of these mini charts on there. So I'm going to try it and see. If not, I'm just going to revert to my printed copies. My first, all of my previous Heaven and Earth designs, I keep looking over there like it's going to give me the fucking answers. They're in a binder. I think I have 8 other Heaven and Earth designs. Oh my god, do I have 8? I'm going to count them after this video, and I'm going to put it right here in my little hand, the number, how many I have. I cannot have that many. Okay. We have problems. I think I can get away with doing a mini on Pattern Keeper. If not, I have all my copies backed up. I can highlight to my little heart's content on my paper copies, and in 10 years, if I want to stitch it again or I want to give it away, I still have another copy I can print off for one of my kids, or maybe my future daughter-in-laws. Who knows? Anyway, the first one that I got, because believe it or not, I have none of this artist in cross stitch patterns. Now, you might find that odd. I found it. I was like, what? Okay, hold on. I need one of these because I don't have any. And I knew I wanted a mini, so I was only looking at the minis. And believe it or not, those boxes here, if I can do it right. Am I pointing in the right spot? Yes. Those there, those up there, these here, and the ones above it are all diamond paintings from that artist because I'm lucky enough to obtain a license from her to create these images for diamond paintings. We have more coming out. I am enjoying working with her. She has been amazing. Just not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just saying, like, I've got tons of diamond paintings. Oh, I have a completed diamond painting of her on this channel. So, Josephine Wall. In case you guys didn't know, I do hold a contract with the Josephine Wall company. Well, her, but she, you know, has people who work for her to do diamond paintings. And I got this chart. It is Catch a Falling Star, and it's freaking gorgeous. It's totally up my alley. Beautiful in all its glory, and it actually looks amazing under this yellow light as a mini. It looks amazing. I could not believe how good it looked. And so I got this one. I was looking back and forth, pulling up. I have my desktop computer here has 2 screens, and so I would pull up the full size, pull up the mini on another screen, and compare the two to see if it was really going to look good. A lot of her images don't look good. Not just her. There's tons of Heaven and Earth designs that don't look good in a mini, but I understand why they're there. It looks good, okay? So this is the first one that I got. They're not in any particular order. They just are. So, Catch a Falling Star. Then, because one wasn't enough, I got a second Josephine Wall. And this is Doorway to the Stars. This is also a mini. This is one that I was on the fence about because I thought I just was going to get the full-size version of this. Have the full-size version in my cart, but ultimately resorted to the mini. I'm still very unsure how this is going to look as a mini, but the full-size version, I don't think I would have been happy stitching the full-size version because of this border is so dark. There's going to be so much, probably black, 939, all those dark colors in there that I didn't think that I was going to be happy stitching it. And so I figured, you know, the mini's probably going to be the way to go with this. So I got that. And these are all full coverage pieces, so I might even be able to get away with doing tent stitch on them, and they're going to go faster. So I hope. There is like a little castle back here that I'm kind of concerned might not show up well, but I mean, we're not going to know until we get there. And honestly, when you kind of have to make like a life choice when you're buying these, because I didn't want this to take 20 years, especially with all this black. And it's super confetti with all of the like speckles of the stars. But it's super beautiful, and it's been on my list for a very long time. There is that. And then I got Mini Heaven's Window by Andy Russell. I don't have anything by him, but this is gorgeous. And have you guys noticed like why do you see something wrong there? Why is this so small? I don't know. That's tiny. Okay. I love this. And as soon as I saw it, I can't remember if it was a new release or if I just came across it or what, but I saw it and knew I had to have it. So it's been on my wish list as well. And it's not ridiculously huge because it's a mini. This is a 13 by 9. Not like this Doorway to the Stars, even though it's a mini, It's 18 by 17 and a half on 25 count. That's huge still for a mini. That's huge. That's like full size other stuff. So 13 by 9 on 25 count. This is gorgeous. I got it because my mom lives in Arizona, and she's lived in Arizona for 21 years now. No, 20 years. She's lived in Arizona for about 20 years. And I lived there on and off for a total of about 3, 4, 5, 6 years maybe. I lived in Arizona. And I just thought that this was going to be an amazing piece to stitch. I love the like the ombre effect of the sky. It looks beautiful, and there's not so much of it that, like, if I start in a corner I'm gonna get bored, because I can quickly come down to the mountain. This middle part's gonna be a little but it's a mini and it's not gonna be for long, so I'm very happy with it. And I think this is something that I want to stitch and give to her, because at some point, her and my stepdad are both retired now, but they're still very young. They're in their early 50s, and I think this is going to be a great memory to have, because they want to move here where I'm at, because I plan on staying here for a long time, and they want to move here. And so I'm very happy with that, and I think that's going to be a great memory for them to have. So I got 2 Hannah Lynn's, I think. Yeah. I got 2 Hannah Lynn's in this kit. I mean, keep calling these kits. Oh, I got 2 Andy Russells too. Oh, how fun. Okay. I got Mini Eclipse Mermaid because I have 3 other Hannah Lynn's. I have Amanda and Axel, Janessa, and the freebie. I downloaded and printed a paper copy of the freebie that they have up right now. It's still up. It's been up for months. But I wanted a mini. So this was one. A lot of Hannah Lynn, most of them look fine in a mini. All the ones that I looked at, I didn't see any problem with them in a mini. So I thought that this would be, I just paused and was snacking on popcorn. I definitely wanted a mini. Because I like a lot of Hannah Lynn's art. They remind me of my daughters so much. Her artwork reminds me of my little girls so much. So at some point I'd really like to hang this in the room if I finish it before they move out. So that's what that looks like. It's so cute. She's like here with her gorgeous hair. There's obviously an eclipse in the background because it's called Eclipse Mermaid. So, and then the water at the bottom, it still has a ton of black in it. I think it calls for slightly over 8 skeins of black, which is like, ugh. But I almost purchased the cone of black from Joann's because they have it on sale, and it's like, is it $30 right now or something? I don't know, but it is what it is. So I got that. The last mini that I got, because I really like the title and what this represents to me, and at some point I will have to share the story with you guys about somebody was pulling up. I thought it was my son, but he came back already. The story about why I feel this way about this chart, and I don't plan on starting this chart anytime soon, and I think I'm going to save it for another time. But I got Farewell to Anger, and I got the mini version of it because, again, isn't this what's up with these small ones? It looks amazing as a mini. Most, not all, but most of Heaven and Earth Designs charts have the first, like, cartoon image, not cartoon image, but like the digital image. You have to click on it where it says click to make larger, and then it you can see the like digital image, and then you flip to the second image and it'll have a representation of the chart for what it's charted for. So if it's a mini or a full size, if you're on the respective listing, you'll see the image for, you know, what it calls for. And this looks almost exactly the same as the full size. And if it does, I'm gonna get the smaller version because why not? This is still a whopping 13 by 9 inches on 25 count. So I'm very excited to have this in my chart. And I was sad to read that Leonid Afromov had actually passed away, I think 2017 or 2018. He passed away in Mexico, and I was reading all about him on Wikipedia, so that's sad to hear. I'm really gonna have to start moving along through this because this is taking me a ridiculous amount of time, and my kids are not having it today. Everybody's sick, having a bit hissy fit over everything. So another amazingly gorgeous piece that I purchased, again from Andy Russell, which is the desert image that you saw, is Nightlights. This is a full-sized image. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that freaking gorgeous? It's beautiful. I can't with how beautiful this is. This is gonna be absolutely gorgeous to stitch, and I think it's gonna be fun to stitch on as well because of all of these colors here. Blue is my favorite color. I recently found a YouTuber. She hasn't posted a whole lot in the past year. I feel like she had a video 7 or 8 months ago, and then she posted a video last month or in January. She might be German. I'm not 100% sure. I will put her name below here because it's not coming to me right now, but she loves the color blue and stitches a lot of her patterns in nothing but blue, and they look amazing. I love the color blue as well. I just don't know if I could handle stitching a whole piece in several pieces and all just blue, but her stuff looks amazing. She's actually why I went and bought this kit that I'm going to show you guys right now, because she was working on it. I hadn't seen it before because Heaven Designs just has so much stuff. It's overwhelming to look through everything, and I hadn't seen that before, and it looked amazing when she was working on it. And when I found out they were having the sale, I figured it was a perfect time to go and get it, and I wanted it. So anyway, she kind of rekindled my love for color, I guess, so to speak, because I've been stitching a lot of Halloween things, a lot of things that don't have a lot of pops of color like this, and it just, I honestly just cannot get over how stunning this looks. I love the way the leaves hang over on the edge here. This might be one of the next pieces I kit up. We'll see. I don't know, you guys. I'm in love with that piece. So this is the one that I want to say she talked me into getting, but I've never talked to her in my life. But she seems like a really sweet lady. So she was working on the Easter Lily Fairy, and look at her. She's stunning. I don't know what it is about these couple of images that I purchased from Heaven Art Designs this time, but I haven't been this like floored by the design of things in such a long time. She's just absolutely stunning. I'm not religious, so the name Easter doesn't mean anything to me at all. Don't come at me with pitchforks. But my daughter's name is Lily, and it was speaking to me. As soon as I saw it in her whips, I immediately went and put it in my cart and saw that they were having a sale and decided that I needed to get it. There was not a mini version of this available, or I would have probably purchased her in a mini, because I think she would look just fine in a mini too, but she didn't have one, so I had to get the big girl. She is 14 by 10 on a 25 count, which isn't the worst thing. The weather outside has gotten really funky. The sky is like some crazy pink and blue and purple colors. I don't know what's going on. They said it was going to rain today. You guys can probably tell how dark it got right in here. Right now the lighting is completely different, but I'm almost done with this video. There's about 8 clips of this video that I'm gonna have to piece together, and hopefully it goes seamlessly. So the last chart, I was gonna do the mini of this one too, because there's a mini, there's a max, the super, and the regular, but the mini just didn't look right, and I'll explain why. So I got the 4 Seasons by, I'm not sure, Jacek Yurka or Jacek, maybe it's Russian. I've had this in my wish list for a while. So the spring, I have it turned sideways, has all of these flower beds that are pretty detailed, and when you look at the image you can see the flowers, they all have their own pretty defined shape, and in the mini these were just blobs of color, like patches of pure yellow, pure red. Couldn't even tell what they were, and I didn't want it to look weird. And also in the mini, the sky here went from blue, and then it did this like weird checkerboard thing of blue and white, and then it was stark white. And I didn't like that at all. It was gonna look really weird, and I'm just not versed enough to be able to fix that. I thought like maybe I could get away with the flower beds and maybe backstitch with one strand around the flowers and make them more defined, but I ended up just dealing with it and going for the big one. This is super gorgeous, so I absolutely love it, and I think I'd like to frame it in a square piece that's exactly a square on each side that I could maybe rotate for each season, so that the bottom season is the current season, if that makes sense. I think that would be super neat, and I love how each one is the same little house with the same trees in the back. It's super cute. The only thing that's different is the field in the front. In the winter one, you've got these like, I don't know if they're fence posts or wood or something. You don't have that in any of the others. You've got like a garden on this side, dirt and leaves on this side, and then of course your flower beds on this side, and then the pathway can be seen in just about all the images. Super cute. So there is that. Also, I'm not gonna have a giveaway in this video. That's all the haul pretty much, except for one thing, which I'll show you right now. I'm not gonna have a giveaway in this video, and I'm not gonna announce the winner to the Hello Summer kit from who was the designer? I don't recall who it was right now, but I'm having trouble accessing the comments. I don't know why. It keeps telling me that their comments are no longer available. So I'm gonna go onto my computer later and try to figure out why it's telling me that there's no comments available and see what's up with that, and then hopefully figure out like why that's happening and see if maybe if it's just my phone. I've been having a lot of problems with the YouTube app and the studio app, because that's how I read your guys' comments and reply for the most part. And when I go to the regular YouTube app, none of the comments are there. It says that there's comments, but then when I scroll, it just stops, and it's like there's no comments at all, but there's a number there telling me that there's comments. So I don't know. It's really strange. I'm gonna get on my computer and find out what's going on. If I can't figure it out, I'm still gonna keep that open, and I will announce it in the next Flosstube Fill for Down. I'm not gonna do any additional giveaways. Kim, I saw your comment about asking if you did it right. That was the only comment that I ever saw. I went to click on it right now to reply to it, and that it's telling me that that comment is no longer available. So if you can try to get a hold of me through one of the avenues below, you can go to the Mystical Diamond Art website below, which is always linked, and email me through there. There should be a contact me form somewhere there. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Facebook, Amy Allingsworth on both of them, or just comment on this video. Again, leave me your email address and I'll reach out to you from my email address, and hopefully we can get it sent to you. And Amy, I still have your chart. I haven't sent it. I'm a horrible sender, I know. It's packaged. It's packaged, ready to go, but I haven't addressed it yet. So when my next round of Etsy orders go out on Wednesday, this will go out, and I'll try to let you know, because I think this video is not going to go up until Saturday. I don't know. So anyway, so the last thing that I got is all this floss. All this floss from Hobby Lobby. It's 55 skeins. Yes, I paid full price. Yes, I went to Hobby Lobby because I didn't have time to go to Joann's, because Joann's is even further. And my class got canceled today. If my class wasn't canceled, I would have had time to go to Joann's and use the 25% off coupon. But I didn't have time. So I went to Hobby Lobby. So I was missing a couple of skeins for my Harry Potter Letters from Hogwarts. I was missing 7 colors for my temperature tree, which I need to catch up on. And I was missing, for some reason, 4 colors from the Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls. I don't know why or how that happened, because I took a list of Ursula floss with me and somehow completely skipped her section on the list that I had. So I got that, and then I got all the floss for the unicorns that I told you guys about earlier. I just got 1 skein, and that should be enough for both of the kits. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, and then I'm gonna come in here and clean up in here a little bit, because I have a hot mess back on my sewing table here. My desk is a mess. I have floss everywhere. I have fabric everywhere from where I have pre-cut pieces of fabric that I haven't sewed yet. It's a hot mess. And then all the haul that I just showed you guys, all that needs to be put away. I have this stack of charts here. I have a stack of stuff behind you guys, and it's just... So anyway, that is all, you guys. That's it for now. I have no idea how long this video is going to be, and I hope it's not an hour, but if it is, I deeply apologize. So alright, hopefully I'll get to record another quick stitch daily stitch with me tomorrow. So until then, I'll see you guys later.